Well, hello there. I am super glad you're here today. This is every kind of I do, where it's basically about love stories with weirdos and couples who do things their own way, and also the moments I get to photograph in between. And, this is for anyone who's planning something or anybody in the wedding industry that is wanting to look at something differently or get inspiration. And for all the couples out there looking for inspiration as well, you are in for a treat. Today is another Star Trek day. Where's my badge? There it is. There it is. There's the badge. I actually have the whole outfit on, by the way. La 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 la. Um, this this episode's gonna be a nice fun one. Like I have a variety of things in this little talk sit down with you that it's not going to be the entire wedding. A lot of these episodes are going to be highlights of weddings that I'll go back later and fill in the blanks. But I wanted to highlight quite a few things today because there was a lot going on at this wedding, but it was also one of the smallest, most intimate weddings I've done that was the most lovely, honestly. So today is Salem isn't scary. Hocus Pocus meets Star Trek. Now, it could be either way. Star Trek meets Hocus Pocus, but when you're in Salem, like there's a variety of things that are considered, pieces of cinematic glory, right? Hocus Pocus is one of those. So, and as you can see, well, if you can see, the couple is actually standing in front of the Hocus Pocus house. So today we're starting with the officiant because I did these images in like an order of how they were taken. So I want to highlight the Witchy Woman weddings today because this was a fabulous, fabulous officiant who they drove all the way, I mean, hours away to come be in Salem just for Witchy Woman weddings. So I want to highlight the fact that Tara came in a full black star gown to represent like the universe and the sky, you know, the night sky, the stars, everything. And when you're in Star Trek and in that lore and that show, I mean they're traveling through space all the time. So I figure she's coming as a star traveler, right? The universe. It's fabulous. And then you kind of see, the red hair mixed with the golden stars. I mean, I know this is the officiant, but think about this as a couple. Like, what if this was your wedding outfit, right? So I just wanted to highlight this, and this moment because it was very important that they picked the right officiant for their wedding. And they really resonated with Tara. And so it was super important to them to have somebody that kind of aligned with their beliefs. And I agree with that. So I really think that picking your officiant can just go deeper than running to the courthouse and letting the JP do it. Okay. So I wanted to start with that. So I love that we're all coming into this wedding thematically ready. Star Trek meets Hocus Pocus. So here we go. We have the nice wide shot of the couple. And this is about where we're about to leave to head over to our little reception time. And the house is actually called the Ropes Mansion. But in the back side of it, you can, I guess you just like get a segment of time where you can rent the little garden at the back. And it's a very simple, just standing room only. A couple of benches are there, but like just, it's a nice little four entryway garden where you can just enjoy nature all around you. And it's very most of the time quiet. When we showed up there, apparently they had some construction going on. So we had Tara, who, our lovely officiant, go ask them to take like a 15-minute break so we could, have the ceremony. And I'm so glad it worked out because these two were so in love and they were so ready to just, be married and we all experienced this together as like a little group. It was awesome because everything was walkable. That's another thing too, is like this kind of wedding was set up for walkability. Um, and it wasn't a very far walk. And I think that's very, very important to note that not everything was super far away. There's only one thing that we had to get in the car for, but that was at the Salem Willows Park. We're not talking about that part today just yet. But this was all very walkable between the ceremony site and then running off to the little reception area. Which, let's just be honest, the reception area was a pizza place. So, but here's the thing, it wasn't just a pizza place. When we showed up, there was spacey themes everywhere all over the place. There was Star Trek, there was a full light, full blown Borg, and it wasn't just a Borg, it was Locutus of Borg, which I'm wearing my Jean-Luc Picard outfit today from First Contact. This is what I wore the day of the wedding because I needed that extra excuse to get this because I've always loved it. I loved his fashion in the movie. And I thought, well, this is perfect. I'm doing a Star Trek wedding, so I'm going to come as Locutus of Borg that's only partially assimilated. I get to this place and it has everything. It has spacey things, it has the Borg. I took a photo with the Borg. I couldn't believe it. I really didn't. And so what's happening in this photo is that we've arrived to the pizza place and Kelly, the mom, had this great idea for donuts as the wedding cake. But we weren't allowed to necessarily keep the donuts out or do anything like that. There was this really good rule about, allergies and stuff like that. So what we did was, I say we because it was a group effort. We built like a little tower of donuts and I took a photo of it and then we put it all back in the box. So that was going to be like our second reception later. So if you're looking for something besides a wedding cake, think about a little donut tower. We had fun with this. It was super fun. Look at them. Look at their smiles. They are so happy. They are so happy for these donuts. But we're also waiting for pizza. And it was at the Flying Saucer. The Flying Saucer pizza place. Just awesome. So I wanted to show you for photo proof, y'all. There was a full Acutus of Borg sitting in the pizza shop or standing in the pizza shop. And we got inside, and I was like, are you kidding me? Like, I came as Locutus of Borg, Jean-Luc Picard, and then I'm standing next to the exact character that I came as. This is so unreal. So when I tell people, like, what's the weirdest wedding you've ever done? This is the most cathartic, everything aligned in the stars kind of wedding where I couldn't have made this up. I couldn't have made this theme up. I couldn't have picked these places. It was amazing. So yes, this is a real standing tall Locutus of Borg. I was so happy. My little nerd self was like, woohoo. And so I had to share this photo because I wasn't the only one in uniform. And I love that the brother showed up to do a selfie with the brother's doing a selfie with the Borg, and it's just fantastic. So I have to say, when this reception space came about at the last minute, y'all, the very last minute, we all just sat there and smiled about how wonderful it was and how on brand of, it was so good, so good. And we enjoyed some really awesome pizza and all different kinds of like things at the restaurant. And then we went over to the park to do the donuts. And so I'm letting you see some of this venue here because if there's any other Star Trek nerds out there that are watching this and you're thinking about having a Star Trek infused wedding, it doesn't have to be all the way Star Trek, but think about little fun things that you can do. This is in Salem, Massachusetts. I'm super excited. I want to work there again. So if you're watching and you're listening and you want to take me to Salem with you, I'm all about it. But this says live long and pizza. So I think this was a lovely, lovely example of a venue that owns every piece of their brand. They've leaned into what their theme is. Again, it's the Flying Saucer Pizza. So there's so many different spacey things in this space. And I think that this is just a wonderful, it just makes me happy looking at these photos. And I know this is going to be a short episode, but there's so much more about this wedding that I look forward to sharing with you. But today we're just going to live long on pizza And I will see you on the next episode. As always, thank you for listening. Hit the likes and the subscribes. Leave a little comment. If something is very interesting to you, if you have questions or if you have thoughts about some of these ideas that all of my clients have been doing, let me know. Let me know in the comments. All right, I will see you on the next episode. Have a great day and go boldly do something.